I'm here today with Laura Casares. Hi, Laura. We are here because we are going to talk about how important the purpose is to create your personal brand. And it is important to know that everyone has a personal brand, because sometimes when my customers come and tell me, oh, I want to create a personal brand, I say, sorry, I cannot help you because you already have one. Because we all have one personal brand. It's who we are and how we behave and how the people see us and talk about us. But if we want to have a strategy and to define a personal brand, then I can help you. And in this case, I can help you with Laura Casares, because she's an expert to help in helping people to know their purpose. So that's why Laura's here today. Hello, Laura. How are you?
Fine. And you? Nice to
Yes.
have this coffee online.
Nice to see you in the screen.
Yes.
Tell us a little about yourself and what do you do in your company.
Yeah. Okay. So I will explain first about myself. I'm Laura Casares, and I'm Spanish, as you, and living in the Netherlands. I'm living nearby Amsterdam, and I'm coming from Barcelona, Spain. And I've been working for about 20 years in supply chain and purchasing. And I've been in different positions, so as a purchase manager, supply chain, and in different companies around the world, actually in Spain and in the Netherlands, but traveling a lot, negotiation with suppliers and so on. And about 1.5 years ago, I decided to make a change. So I was looking for my purpose. So I was really, yes, it was really my own path. So I was, as I told you, I was working already 20 years in this field. And I was quite happy with my job because I really had a very good job. I was manager, I was traveling, but I had also a lot of stress, of course. It was a very stressful position. And at some point, changing from company to company, big companies, I had a lack of meaning. Like, okay, what's the meaning of all this? Why I am doing this? So all these questions came into my head, and I was already someone who was, yes, in many years looking for more meaning to things. But at this time was, okay, why I'm doing this? So at that time, I really reconsidered my career, and I decided to start working on the enterprise, on a big company, and start my own business. And at the beginning, it was also a search for me, because it was like, okay, what I'm going to do, and I am going to work as a consultant. And so what I took a bit of time. I took some months to think about it. And I came to two conclusions about my career and my experience. And that was, at one side, that I found in many companies a lack of strategy. So that companies didn't know where they were going. And the human aspect, so the people aspect. So many people who were, many times the right people was not at the right place.
Yes.
So starting from these 2 points, I was thinking, okay, what can I do about this? And that's why I started my search, my own purpose search. And I found that I could be a good coach and a good advisor. So that's why I started with Kasares. And actually, Kasares is my surname. So my surname is Casares. In Spain, we have two surnames. So Kasares Kramer. And Kasares is with a C, and Kramer is with a K. And that's why I created Kasares with a K. And that's a combination of my two surnames, because actually for me, it was a journey going back home. And Casa from Kasares means home. So that's the name of the company, and that's also the purpose of the company. So my purpose is to help you to find your purpose, and that means that I would like to work with you so that you can go back to your home, to your essence.
Yeah, that's really good. How would you define purpose? When someone asks you, okay, but what is the purpose? What does it mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, really good question, because it's not so obvious for everybody. And the purpose for me, and there are many explanations in everywhere, and actually it's something big, something bigger than us, and it's the sense of life and the direction. So the purpose is not a goal, it's not an objective. Actually, it's the direction, and it's the direction of our life. And it's bigger than us in the sense that some people, they say, okay, this is what you want. No, it's not only what you want, because it's something from inside. It's a calling. It's really something that it's bigger than you. So sometimes, for example, if you want something, sometimes you see that if you want something, you go after that wish, but then you come a lot of blocks. So that means that that thing is not for you. But when you are willing something and it's very easy and you flow, then it's your purpose. Then it's aligned with your purpose. And actually, it's the why. Why are you doing things? Why are you waking up every morning to do what you want to do? And for example, if you are going to your job, if you are going to your company, or if you have a company, the why is a bigger concept. So it's not only earning money.
Yes.
Earning money is the result, is what you will get. But the purpose is something bigger. And what I say is you have your own purpose, and actually you have your own skills, and you have a lot of things to offer. But the purpose, you cannot hold it for yourself. You need to share it also with the society, with the world. So it's something from you that you need to share. And it's a reason of your life. So it's the meaning of your life and the sense. I can also explain about Ikigai. I use also the Ikigai method to work with my people. I think you know also, we talk about it. And Ikigai is a Japanese concept. And it's very nice because Ikigai means the sense of your life. So, and it's a concept found it's from two Spanish writers. They write a book, Héctor García and Miralles, Frances Miralles. And they wrote a book because they went to this village in Japan, and they found people were living many years, above 100 years. And they made a search why they could live so long. And it was because they had a purpose. And the purpose, the Ikigai model, is your passion, what you love, what you are good at, and what the society will pay for you. So the combination of this, at the center, you have your Ikigai. So, and this is the sense. So your dreams, your passion, what you can be paid for, and what you are good at. So that's the whole combination.
Yeah, that's really good. Because when I work in personal brand with my customers, we start with the purpose. Because if you don't know your purpose, you don't know where to go. And I ask them questions, and for the people, it's really difficult to question themselves. And also, I tell them to ask their family and friends a few questions about them, about what they think they are good at. And the people is really surprised. They're like, wow, I didn't know the people see this good in me. But then when they start thinking, they realize that sometimes there's some people that it's difficult for them. What methods do you use to do it?
Yeah, really good question as well, because that was also my journey. Yeah,
and it works really good because you don't have to struggle and think, oh, I'm good at that, because sometimes we are a little, no, I'm not that good.
Yeah. Actually, this was also one of my reasons to find purpose, because what I also faced after 20 years working is that in the last years of my career, I started doubting about myself, even with a lot of experience. So I had 20 years, I was managing teams, I was doing a lot, but I started to doubt about myself.
Yes.
And then that's why I started my journey looking again at myself, because and that's the first step you need to do to find your purpose, is knowing yourself. Actually, in Greece, the philosophers and the ancient cultures were really focused on knowing yourself. So looking inside and not from outside. Yes. And that's very important because we are very used to look outside. We are very focused outside, what people are expecting from us, what society is expecting from us. But actually, you need to look inside.
Yes.
So, yes, so this is one of the things. So I have different methods, and you also, if you you can do a lot of own research, because at the end it's like the same as you said. I am not going to tell you what's your purpose. You need to find it out yourself. I can help you. I can show you the way. I can use some methods, but actually it's really a personal work. So coaching is one of the methods. So making the right questions, you can really go inside, you can think about it. And as you are saying, you can also, because sometimes you are not objective. And it's also, it's also objective in both, in the both sides. Sometimes people are good at something and they don't know they are good at, because they think it's very normal.
Yes, and what they do always.
Yeah, because for you, as it is easy for you, you don't think it's a skill, and actually it is. So, so you can use coaching. You can also read books, inspiring books. You can also look videos. There are some videos at YouTube, TED Talks for inspiration. And there is a really good TED Talk about Simon Sinek, who's also talking about purpose and the why, and why it is important that people look to their why, and also companies. So he explains very well about the why, the what, and the how. And he says that the why is the most important, and the how and the what will come afterwards. What I use is the purpose scan.
Yes.
Because, and you know it, you have done it. It's what I did. So when I started to this journey, I went to a coach. So she helped me with my questions. I also did an astral reading, so astrology reading. So that's also something that can help you. You have also numerology and these kind of things. And I found also purpose scan. And the purpose scan is a test that you fill some questions, and then there comes a result, and someone gives you a feedback about the results. And I was so impressed because I filled this test about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And for me, it was like, okay, I will try and let's see what it comes. And when I went to the feedback, I was so impressed about the results, because there were some things. So I've got a lot of information, but some of the questions that for me were very important, at that moment they came up.
Yes.
And for me, it was like, oh, it was really a wow moment. Like, okay, now I understand. I start to understand myself. And so for me, it was really an eye-opening, and it helped me to regain my confidence, because it was, okay, here I am good at, no question, no doubt. And of course, there are other points where there are weakness, and I also recognize them, because of course we are not perfect. But for me, it was very clear, and it was okay. It's clear. It's very concrete. It's a very quick method. So you fill the test in, you get the feedback, and you know the answers. And of course, afterward, there is a journey that you can do alone or with someone, where you can still go deeper. But this test is so deep that I said, okay, this is very powerful. So I want to use this tool. So I did the training, and this is now one of my tools to help you to find your purpose. And you did it by yourself, so you can also tell about the experience.
I think the test is really good, because it's what I tell you when I do it with coaching to my customers. I ask them questions and I make them think. And sometimes it's not easy, because what you say, when you are good at something, you have done it always that way. So for you, it's normal. You don't realize how easy it is for you. And then when you read it, it's like, okay, that's true. This is so easy for me. I can do this, or I can do that. it helps you to think about yourself. It makes it much faster. And also to know what you are not good at, and you can work to improve it.
Yeah, yeah. What I found different from this test, because I've done all the tests in the market, and if people is hearing, I would like to hear the experience with all the tests. I have done also the test of the colors from insights, but these kind of tests, they are based mainly on your skills. So there are many tests in the market about your skills, but this one goes deeper, so 2 layers deeper. And what you see is that we are like an onion, so we have different shields, and other tests in the market, the outer shell is common with other tests. So like in the purpose scan, you have the scales is the outer part, and it's in common with other tests, so it's not surprising. But this test goes deeper. So you go to your personality, to your behavior, and much deeper to your psyche, and that's your real nature. And that was for me the most impressive part. How does your personality work, and how does your psyche work? Because that's very profound, that's very deep, and it tells you your purpose. So what's your main, when you get afterwards, you get also a report, and in the feedback, you also get the 2 main purposes in your life. So it's very deep, much deeper than other tests in the market.
Yeah, I did some tests too, and this one was really good. And that's why I was telling you, I would like to know this because this is what I feel comfortable doing. And then the test say, okay, this is what you should do. And you were like, wow, that's amazing.
Yes, yes.
And I think that thing.
Yeah. So that's why. So I always.
Once you know what you want and where do you want to get, then it's so easy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I was thinking also today about what can we explain and why it's important, even in a time like now, with a crisis, with the COVID crisis. And I was thinking, when you know your why, when you know your purpose, the how and the what, you can adapt it.
Yes.
It's like I was thinking, like we are working, like now we are doing this online coffee, and some companies, for example, they were really against working home.
Yes.
Because they wanted to control their workers. So actually, one of their purpose was, I want to control workers. People companies who have installed online tools before, they were showing already that they were trusting their people. So their purpose was to have a content of happy employee, and working in the conditions that, office or home office or whatever. But the main purpose was a bigger purpose. And now you can see the difference. So now everyone needs to adapt, and then you as an employee, you can choose the employer that it's fitting with your purpose. And so if you know your purpose, you can adapt the way you do it, so how and what, to the circumstances. But the direction is the same. So it's not that the why is changing constantly. No, it's something that it's always there, and it's a direction. So you know where to go, and you will need to adapt in the way you do it. So the what and the how, you will adapt it, but the why will always remain.
Yeah, when you know what you want and why you want it, then everything comes to place. It's like your customers come, the customers you need. When you know the why and you don't have your personal brand and what do you want clear, then the people that come around you is not the people that you need. But when you know what you want, why you want it, and how you want it, then it's so easy to create a brand, and it's so easy to attract the customers that you want and the friends also. because it's also for the personal life, not only for work.
For sure, for sure. It's in both. It's in your personal life. It's in your life,
Yeah,
and your life is everything.
because for me, I work in my personal life also on improving myself. So when I did the test with you, I use it for my personal life too. And I start meeting, I don't know, it's like you have a switch in your head, to change it, to adapt it, and then the right people start coming to you.
Yes,
And being at home, that we cannot go out like we did before. So it's incredible.
yes, of course, because it's as you are saying in your personal life, the type of relations that you want with people. So
Mhm.
if you don't know why, well, for example, if you have a partner or whatever, or a friend, then why are you with this person?
Yeah, what you do.
Because 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 you need to be with someone, or really because you want to be with that person. So
Yes.
that's the why is very important. And what it happens, or at least what I face with my customers and with myself too, is that we are so conditioned with our personality. We are
Mhm.
so used to please others. We are
Mhm.
used to please our family. We are used to please our friends, our employer, our
Everyone.
society, that sometimes we lose what we really want
Yes, that's
because
true.
we are very focused on the outside.
Yes.
And that's why it's a journey to go to the inside, because it's about you, what you really want, not
Yeah.
what other people expect from you. And then you're authentic.
Yeah. And then you accept what you want to accept, and not you don't accept the people that you don't want to accept, because sometimes you realize that this relation, this friendship is not bringing any positive. It's not good. But you are just there because you are there.
Yes, yes.
And then when
That's
you think really like, okay, I don't really, these people is not bringing any positive to my life. Or I don't want this kind of customers. Sometimes people tell me, what do you look in a customer? And I say, I look to be kind of friends. And the people is like, what do you mean? And I say, yes, to work with someone, I need to not all of them are my friends, but the relationship should be similar. I don't like to
yeah,
work with people that I don't like. And some people is like, well, but this is not possible. I say, yes, it is. I do it. So it's possible. But then you need
yeah,
to really know your why
yeah.
and what do you
It's
want.
it's a very good comment that you're mentioning, and what I explained also at the beginning. Sometimes you do something because you think, and it's your head,
Mhm. Yes.
and then you say, okay, I need to work with this person because it's money. For example, you can
Yes.
say, okay, I need to work with this customer because it's money. He will
Mhm.
pay me. But if it's not the right purpose, the right why, you will face a lot of struggle with that
Mhm.
customer.
Yes. You lose time, you lose money, you lose credibility, you lose
Yes,
energy, you lose everything. It's not good. It's better to say no, thank you.
that's it. So if your purpose is, as you are saying, I want to work with this person because I have a good feeling, it's a good person, I have a good feeling with working with, then everything flows.
Yes.
It's not that you are saying, I want to work with this person because he will pay me a lot of money.
It comes later. If it's
Yes,
the
of
right
course.
person, it comes.
Yes, but then you are flowing, and actually,
Mhm.
I face it also myself, and that's why I decided to change my path, because in my way, because I was thinking I was, and of course it was my conditioning. It was my family, my friends that you need to study hard, you need to work hard, you need to have a good job, a good house, So you are very conditioned about all these things you need to have. And I found a lot of struggles, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and it was like, okay, and because you are also people is telling you not everything is easy, so you
Yes.
need to come with all these obstacles, and you need to go ahead. But then I my reflection was no. If you are forcing the situation,
Mhm.
it's not natural.
Yes.
and then it's not aligned with your purpose, and then
you're not happy.
No, it will last for some time, but at the end, it will break.
When I quit my last job and I started working for myself, I had a good position. I had a lot of connections. And everyone was like, "No, you're crazy. How are you leaving this job?" And I was like, "No, I'm crazy if I continue because I'm not happy. This is not what I want." And most people, they didn't understand. They were, "No, you should continue because what is going to happen? You don't have anything." I said, "It will come. It will come. It will need time." And at the beginning, I was having the problem you say. I was having some customers that I was saying yes because I didn't have any project. So I was like, okay. But then I realized, no, I don't want this. I need to be happy. I leave the other job. That it was easy and safe. To be happy, I cannot do this kind of project. So I started saying no. And the first ones, that was not easy. It was not easy to say no. Because you see the money, you see the project there, you were like, yeah, but no. But then after time, you start getting easier and the good projects will start coming.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, very good example. And you said something very important. You said because of safety, yeah? And actually, what we have learned is to make choices through fear and not through love. And that's the difference. So we are educated with a society. You need to have a study, you need to have a good job, because there is this fear that if you don't do this, you will not gain money, you will not. So you are a lot of people is making decisions driven by fear.
Yes.
And actually, if you, like you are saying, if you forget the fear, have it there, of course, but you make decisions with love, so with the joy and with your purpose, aligned with your purpose, then everything will come. So everything will flow, and then you will be happy. Otherwise, and that's the meaning of our life, to be happy.
And I think the thing to make things happen is to know what you want.
Yes.
Because you don't know, like when the people come to me to define the personal brand, I say, but what do you want? Some people come, no, I want sales. I say, yeah, but what else? Because your life is not sales. Or I want a new job, but what kind of job do you want? Because it's not the same. If you want a job as a photographer, then go to Instagram and create beautiful photos. But if you want to, I don't know, work with kids, go to TikTok and make videos. Because it's there where they are. So you need to know what you want, how you want it, and then just go for it.
Yeah, for sure. And can you explain, Gemma, about the difference between brand and branding? Because for me, it's also interesting to understand how do you position this purpose in the market?
Well, personal brand is you. Your personal brand is the way I see you. And when someone asks me, who is Laura? I can say, oh, Laura is a person that you can trust, and you can. So the way the people define you when you are not there, the way you behave, the way you talk, the way you dress, everything you do is your brand. So even if you are not online, you have a brand. The people will talk about you always in one way or another. And the people will search for you. I always say to everyone, search for your name on Google, but in the incognito. In the incognito, not in the regular one. Okay. And then you will see, because you are there. And if you are looking for a job, they will search for you. If you have your own company, your customers will look for you. If you are looking for a partner, the people will search for you. Everyone is looking for you in one way or another. So you need to define what you want and share the person you want to be known. Because this happened the same like you were saying. The people start sharing and doing things without any order, and they don't know what it is. So the personal brand is this, is you. The personal branding is the image you take to position yourself. The personal branding is when you create a post on LinkedIn, or you place a photo, the colors you use, because depending the color you use, the people will identify you with what kind of person or another kind of person. For example, if you are with red clothes, you are not shy. Otherwise, you wouldn't dress red. So this kind of things is branding. Personal branding is the actions you take.
Okay. And I understand that you also help your customers to find their purpose, so they can, show this branding better.
Yeah, that's why the first step when they come to me to do the personal brand is to know their purpose. So I start making them questions for them to know themselves and to know what they want. And also what I told you before, I ask them to ask friends or coworkers how they see them. Because I also do it myself every few months. I don't know how many times, but I ask people, okay, how do you see me? For example, when I start the YouTube channel, I ask the people, okay, what videos would you like to see from me? What would you like to learn from me? And a lot of people were telling me about personal branding. A lot of people were telling me about marketing. But people were telling me about other subjects that I was like, oh, really? Do I know about this? I was really surprised. But the people
Yes.
see you in a way that is your brand, is what you are showing to them. And if you don't ask, you don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the first step. And
Yeah.
because what you say, if you are really good at something, you don't realize that you are doing it, but the people see it. So when they
Yes.
tell you, it's like, oh, maybe I should do something with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually that's a very important point because the purpose is related to your natural skills.
Mm-hmm.
So actually you are born with these natural skills, and that's what it will facilitate you to work or to be at your life. And we are more used, or we come from a time that we are more like, okay, I have this, but I am not a manager, for example. So I will do a training and I will do practice and everything to become a manager. But then if you are not a natural manager, you will be unhappy and
Yes.
your people will feel it. So what I try to do to try to say with my clients is that you need to rest on your natural skills, on your natural, and then from your natural you will shine. You will really be yourself and not feel uncomfortable. And that's what we are tend to do.
Yes.
So we have something, natural skills that we don't recognize, that we don't value,
Yes.
and we try to learn other abilities that we don't have and that are taking a lot of effort to
Mm-hmm.
achieve them, because we think we need to do that because the society has told us you need to learn this, you need to. And that's what I found also in many companies, that for example, someone that's really good at his job, someone that it's a purchaser. So a purchaser is a really good purchaser, so you will become the manager. And there are very different skills of being a purchaser and being the manager of
Yes,
purchasing.
completely different.
And then the person in the Netherlands, I've seen many burnouts. So because people
Yes.
is really doing something that's not natural, so it's really difficult to gain these skills, and the team is not happy. So and it's not. There are some abilities, some skills that are really natural. You don't need to learn. Even sometimes you can have a very young person in the 20s with a natural manager skills
Yes.
that will do it better than someone of 40 or 50 with many years of experience. So, and I think this is something I really see in my purpose, and I may be quite optimistic or idealistic, but also seeing how young people and is the evolution of young people. I think in the future it will be not like, okay, I have this title and I have studied this, so I can do this. No, what's your natural talent, and then you can really work or show this natural talent. I read a very nice article from Tesla, which is actually also a good example. Someone, Elon Musk, has a purpose to go to other planets, and that's why he, from this purpose to go into other planets, he had to produce these electrical batteries, and that's how he came to the electrical cars. But I know that in his job, when he's looking for people, he's looking for the natural skills. So he's not looking to the CV, he's not looking to the experience, he's really looking to the natural talents.
Yes, it's important. It's like Richard Branson.
Yeah, the same.
Richard Branson, he didn't study, And he's doing the same. He's saying, okay, it's good if you have studies, but it's not what I'm looking for. And I think now, every time more and more people is looking their purpose. Because
Yeah.
also the startups that I work with, they ask me for the how to do
Yeah.
it, and I help them to define the personality of the company, because you also need to have the purpose for your company. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it doesn't work. Also, for to hiring people, when
Mm-hmm.
you have your purpose, there is people that can have a curriculum perfect, but it doesn't match because
Yeah.
of their mentality and their purpose in life.
Yeah. And the
So
culture of the company. Yes, and that's very important. And I see also with young people, with millennials. So we are already more we come from a generation that it was like, okay, you need to work hard, you need to work there because it's a status or wherever. But now millennials, they are looking to us and they are saying, you are crazy. And they really want to follow their purpose. So their
have a good life.
purpose is, it's not money anymore. It's
It's
really,
working and enjoy.
yes, and it's also contributing to a higher purpose. And
Yes.
that's very important because, and I think in the future, the authenticity will come from people and companies living their purpose and being authentic and coherent. So
Yes.
doing what you think, what you feel, and acting.
Yes. Every time more and more the soft skills are being more important than the knowledge, because everyone can learn. Everything is online. You can
Yes.
not everything. There are things that you need to study, and to be I don't know, a doctor, you need to study. But a lot of jobs, there are machines doing it. So we need to be human. And it's
Yes.
hard to say. I remember when I was a kid, the life for everyone was like, okay, you study, then you get married, you buy a house, you have kids. So it's like everything has to be in an order. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
follow. I didn't follow the road, but I was the strange in the group, the different one. It's like,
Yes. That's that. I can recognize it. And actually, what you see, what people is calling the middle life crisis, is because, not like me, I was these 20 years doing what the society was expecting from me, until I looked to myself and I said, okay, I am accomplishing what other people want from me, but what
yes,
do I want? What do I really want?
yes,
And that was really this different step that of mine, that okay, no, I want to do what I want, what makes me happy, and what's my purpose, and what I like to contribute to the society or to the people. And it's really a very mindset changing. It's
yes.
really different, and then you feel in another way. Then when
Mhm.
you are acting and contributing to your purpose, you feel fulfilled.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what we are experiencing, and young people, millennials, are experiencing it much younger, because they already see that people with money or material things, they are not happier.
Yes. That's true.
So actually, it's we want to have this sense, and not everybody. I agree, not everybody is worried about the purpose, but people who really want to have a meaning in their life, they will look inside, they will look to their purpose, and they will search, they will try this transformational journey, what I call it, because it's really a transformation process, not to be, and this is very important to say, because it's not to change yourself, actually it's to come back to yourself.
To know
It's to,
yourself.
yes, it's to go to your house, to your casa, come back to your casa, and that means that you are going to take out these layers that
Mhm.
are not
Well,
from you, and come back to your essence, to your natural
and
skills.
you can do that with your work, with your friends, with your house, with everything.
Yes.
And for me, I love it. I'm working on myself, and I love it. Sometimes people tell me, "But you're never tired of working," and I'm
No.
no, because I don't feel that I'm working. I have fun. Even my daughter the other day was like, "You are working too much." I
Yeah.
don't feel that I'm working, because what I'm doing is I don't feel I'm working. Is what you say is for me it's easy.
That's exactly the same that the Ikigai people in Japan,
Mhm.
they explained, because people above 100 were working, and it's not working because they were fulfilling their wish.
Yeah.
So the one was cooking, the other was taking care of other people, gardening, or whatever responsibility. So when you are doing something that you are born for it, you are not tired, and you can see it in many type of, when you singers or some actors or some entrepreneurs. So because they enjoy, it's their passion.
Mhm. Yes.
Then it's not. Yeah, I think working has a negative connotation.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
like working is something hard, something against your nature.
But I think it's because that's what people tell you.
Yeah,
Many
actually,
people have to do that like this.
no,
Some people work a lot and they don't make money. Some people work 2 hours and they make a lot of money. So it's not related for the time you work. It's the good you are or what you do.
yeah, and working actually is a concept after the revolution, when we were going to work in factories and all these kind of things. And and I think it will change with the time, and it will be more like I'm not working, I am creating, I am
Yeah.
designing, I am caring, I am cooking, whatever, I'm painting.
But
And
it's like
then
you see now in the startups, the vacancies they have, they talk about the perks. You have food, you have a happy hour for drinks, you have this. So they don't talk only about the money. They talk
yeah,
about you have a massage every time you want in the office. So they give
yeah,
things to enjoy life.
yeah,
So
fine.
and I hope we continue like this.
Okay. Do we have any question? Are we having someone?
We played it really good, Laura.
Okay.
So it was really nice to have the coffee with you
Thank you.
and talk soon.
Thank you very much. And nice to hear about this, about the branding and about the purpose. And thank you very much for the opportunity. And let's talk in the future.
Okay, talk soon. Ciao.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.